What is going on, guys? It's Kevin here with ModMyMods. I'm actually going to move the camera just a little bit, and welcome to another ModMyMods news update. Today, we are going to be talking about real news, talking about fake news, going to be talking about all this other garbage that you probably don't want to hear about. But I am glad that you are here today and you are joining me. Hopefully, the audio actually sounds a little bit better because I have been able to use the new NVIDIA RTX voice, which is actually pretty neat. And I'm really hoping that it's not crazy distorted as much as it was. I'm hoping that it sounds better, and hopefully, just by adding in the RTX voice thing, it'll actually be more enjoyable for you. So it's not as ear piercing and terrible. I mean, I can't fix my voice. I'm always going to sound like this, and if you don't like it, I understand. However, hopefully the actual audio quality is a little bit better than it has been in the past. So, hello everybody. Thanks for joining me. Today we are going to talk about a couple little things. There was an update from our lovely governor. There was something that was supposed to be released that didn't actually get released. And then there's also some pretty cool deals that are going on Amazon and Newegg. So let's dive right on into it. So to first start off, we kind of chit-chat about this thing that nobody really wants to talk about, and you get demonetized for saying the word. But however, we're going to talk about it for 2 seconds. Schools are closed. Okay, yeah, we knew that. You got to wear a mask if you're in New York State and you're going out in public. Okay, we knew that. Court dates and services caused by this for the Child Victim Act, blah, blah, blah. That's been rescheduled until January 2021, which is unbelievable. That's a little ways away. The governor said something about the long lines of, we're not going to reopen if it's a public health hazard. Okay. Yep. Totally get it. Understandable. What are you going to do? Stay quarantined. Stay home. Don't spread it as much as you possibly can, and maybe we won't have a second wave of this terrible, terrible thing that is happening in the United States and worldwide. So, that is it when it comes to New York State and its update. Again, when I was talking about the new audio that's going on here, the only thing that is actually different, the microphone is still the same, the actual headset, the way that I have it going into the computer is all still the same. But what NVIDIA ended up doing is releasing the RTX voice, which is actually a really, really good compression system for your actual microphones and getting rid of feedback and distortion and all types of things. Now, it's supposedly just for RTX GPUs. Meh. Yeah, maybe. Okay, sure, but I've been running it on a 1080 as well, and it has worked. So, eh, I'm not really sure where the cutoff is. However, if you go to NVIDIA's website, there is an NVIDIA RTX voice setup guide that'll pretty much walk you through the steps, and it is like dumb easy. It literally is two tiny little windows that come up that says, "What's your input? What's your output?" And that's it. There's nothing else more to it than that. But if you're trying to find it and trying to download it, it's kind of hidden in this little write-up here. So if you keep going down to the setup guide, that's where you can actually download it. You can just click download the app, boom, and like I said, that's the only thing that actually pops up and really works. Like, is actually doing something in the background. This basically selects your input. You select it to either being default, or if you're using like a USB mic or something like that, you just change it around. You can also make it do the output, which I haven't really, seen much of a difference when it comes to removing the background noise of the incoming audio. I guess that would be like if you're playing, with a couple friends on Discord and somebody's got like the most trash mic known to man, then you might be able to use that and it might help. But I don't know. So far, I actually significantly, like, definitely hear the difference with the input. Hands down, it definitely works. So if you do have an RTX card or a 10 series card or something like that, then I would definitely suggest doing and downloading the RTX voice. Super easy to work with. I mean, again, just change it in Discord, change it in OBS, change it wherever the heck you want to if you want it to actually sound good. Boom, done. That's it. That's it. Wash your hands clean and move on with your day. So that was a fun, neat little thing that I discovered today. Well, not today, but last week, and actually has helped quite a bit. When Zach and I were playing, we were doing Xbox, Call of Duty, cross-platform stuff, and it helped quite a bit. Now I was using I got a boom microphone, kind of like this Rode mic over here that's set up on the other computer, with a windsock on it. So you kind of take it for what it's worth, but it definitely improved quite a bit. So um, that was it for the RTX voice. Again, everybody, thanks for joining us. Let's see who we got here. I got Zach, I got Travis, I got Celtic, I got, oh, hey, it's Stefan. Look at that. Hey, man. And then Bennett. Benny in the Jets. Yeah, he's here too. But again, thanks for joining us today. So when we were talking earlier, when I first started, I was saying, oh, real news, fake news. Well, there was some kind of real news that was released, and then there was some fake news to go along with it, because that's typically how everything works, right? So if you go on to Games Radar and a couple of the other actually known sites, there are some details about GTA 6, and how they're making it and how it's coming out, and it's going to be released exclusively on PS5 and Xbox, and then it'll eventually get released to the PC. These are all things we already knew. However, there was supposedly a GTA 6 trailer that was released. Now, I haven't been able to actually find it. Now, if somebody has it and wants to send me a link to it, okay, fine. However, when you go to Google, which, Google search is good for certain things. However, sometimes finding the truth can be very, very difficult. When you click any of these trailers that are listed here, they are not trailers at all in any way, shape, or form. They are recuts of other footage. They're fake footage from something else. They're different games that have been put together. It's just a whole lot of garbage. And so, is there a Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer? We don't even know if the game exists yet, and that's from PC Games SN. So having it and trying to find this actual trailer, not really going to happen, at least just yet. So real news, yeah, they're actually making Grand Theft Auto 6. Super happy about that. Fake news, I haven't seen a trailer yet. So maybe I'm uneducated and I need some help. So maybe you guys can help me. Help me get educated, because that's what it's all about. Every day is a new learning experience, right? So, besides that, there is some awesome real news. If you guys haven't seen this incredible wood build that was put together by Christopher, I think is the guy's name, that is a good customer of Watercools, that obviously based his build around the Noctua theme. It is crazy looking. The wood is actual wood. He made it himself and cut the engraving himself and sanded it and stained it all. And some of the stuff that he's using, oh look, he's using Mayhems. Isn't that awesome? But the inside of this thing just looks freaking nice. I'm thoroughly impressed with how he did it. I mean, even down to the cabling and how the colors match and whatnot. But the wood, oh, the wood looks so... Oh, I didn't even notice that. Didn't even notice that the striping on the heatsink there matches the colors of the fans. That's freaking cool. And then, yeah, I also heard that he handmade the keyboard himself. He obviously got all the keys and the setup and then put it all together. But, I mean, that is just one heck of a build. He also did the back plate as well. The front and all of the wood accents he did himself. It's just an incredible looking build. Again, put together by Christopher, who is one of Watercool's good customers. So, continuing the theme of new and great builds. We were actually working on a couple different builds the past couple days. One was a customer's build that I can't exactly show you just yet because it's not done. I did tease it on Tuesday about the vertical stand or the vertical graphics card stand that was coming. So that did actually get here today. Brony is actually working on it right now to actually get it all done and put together. But it's going to be really, really cool when we get it actually all finished. And hopefully next week, Tuesday, you'll be able to actually see that. But what I wanted to share with you is we've been actually working on some new top covers, not necessarily new designs, but for different cases. So let's see if I can not kill your ears with this. Yeah, let's turn that way down there. So the CNC machine was going hardcore today and yesterday. We were actually doing cuts on the Be Quiet 900, the dark base 900 front panels. We're trying to do something for the top panels, but we haven't exactly gotten there yet because the top panel has a funky cell phone charger on the top, which is kind of hard to get around. And then there's a couple other things that we have to, work on when it comes to the design. But we definitely did go through and, start making the different cuts for the different, for the front panel. So this is the hex design that we did. And then I have the airflow design so far. We also did the slotted lines and we did the regular lines as well, but I haven't actually gotten photos of those yet. But I wanted to at least share those with you that we are working on the top covers and getting everything put together. So those will hopefully soon be available. I'm hoping like next week at the latest we'll be able to have those on the website and you'll be able to order them, and we'll actually have replacement panels. So if you don't want to send yours in, which I totally understand, taking that off the front of your computer and then shipping it in and having it wait and that type of thing. We actually will have replacement panels from Be Quiet that we can do that and actually order you a replacement. So that's pretty cool. I'm just going to check the chat here because, again, I'm terrible at multitasking. Webster Cross Country, yes, you're right. That is a gorgeous PC. Bennett, yes, I agree. None of the trailers are actual trailers, and I totally get it. Tefin just managed to figure out what was going on with the 11 PSU, and the PC would turn on a few seconds and turn off. Ended up recognizing the power button still turned off after 2-3 seconds. Power supply safely due to a short circuit. Now I need to find where the short is. Okay, well if it's a painted case, once this is done, I can put my custom look back together with new res. Nice, awesome. We love the mod water. I use the mod water. We actually have been shipping out quite a bit of it. We're making more UV or more clear mod water next week, so that will be back in stock. But we do have red and green and blue, and then the UV clear as well. Tefin, when you're working on a case, if you've painted it or if you've done any sort of powder coating or anything like that, make sure that it's not actually shorting against the back of the motherboard. We've had sometimes the paint can, for some reason, actually form some sort of charge, and that can actually be causing you some issues. But Jason, will we be able to order custom cuts for Be Quiet or only on the pre-cut designs? We can definitely do custom cuts for pretty much anything. Obviously, depending on how complex the actual cut is and what the design looks like and that type of thing, we have to take into account how much man hours it's actually going to take and the cutting time on the machine. But we can definitely do that for you. If you are interested, make sure that you send us an email to support@modmymods.com, and we can definitely at least point you in the right direction to figure out which, what the best solution is for you. Have you ever had issue with foam or two-way tape causing a short? Two-way tape, no, I don't think so. I don't think so either with foam. However, two-way tape, it might actually be going through the tape without you actually seeing it. That's possible. Again, that would probably be something where literally take the motherboard out and set it on a table and then hook it up and then turn on and see what happens. I mean, cardboard doesn't conduct electricity, so if you literally pull it out of the case and it turns on while it's just sitting there, you might want to check where it's mounting, how it's mounting, and what's actually touching the back of the case. Um, if I remember correctly, the O11D that we did for Monster Hunter World, which was a complete powder coat build, we actually had the same issue, and I think we had to sand down something in order for it to not touch and not short. So definitely something to take into consideration. So again, the top covers are coming. I actually wanted to show you guys what I've been putting together, which was my build, the Tower 900, not Tower 900, Jesus, Dark Base 900, that Be Quiet sent us. So you might have remembered some of these photos that I put together and just took quickly of the case. I took everything out of that 500D. Oh, it probably would be okay for somebody that's doing air, but no, that's not what we do because we're kind of like the water cooling parts and accessories people, So we wanted to put together an awesome water cooling loop. That 500D got everything pulled right out of it. And then I took the Dark Base 900 completely apart, started putting everything into it. And then one thing that was kind of neat is that the Aquastream front cover is actually red. And I think I mean, I get it, it's red because woo, that's fast and it's cool and stuff like that. But red is awful sometimes to look at, especially inside of like gold or orange or whatever. So you don't want it exactly to clash. So what I ended up doing is this is a terrible photo of it. But I ended up sanding it all down. Shouldn't it be blue to stay cool? Yeah, I don't know, maybe. So I sanded it down a little bit here just to rough it up, and then put some primer on it, and then painted it. Again, terrible looking photo of it, but there it is inside of the case, and that's actually the build now that we put together, and that's actually running the Part 2 cleaner. Actually, a big shout out to Brony who helped me do a lot of the color customization and stuff like that because I was having a tough time with just the way that it looked, and he was able to come over and go, "Hey, remember sleeve tubing?" Like, no. Well, yeah, I do, but he goes, "Check this out," and so he showed me a little example, and I went, "Wow, holy cow, that looks awesome." So we went and did it because of the gold that's on the motherboard. We replaced the cable combs that were silver and got rid of that and changed the chrome tubing out and stuff like that. So we were able to make this look actually pretty neat with the gold colored sleeving that's actually on top of the tubing to match the old school Z87 Pro Asus board. So I thought it turned out pretty good. Again, it's running the Part 2 cleaner right now, and I got to drain it out. But that is actually the front panel that you can order. Well, you'll soon be able to order from us. That is the hex pattern, but that is pretty much what it's going to look like. I did try and get orange colored mesh. However, they don't really make it, so that's not really going to work. The other thing we were going to think about is maybe being able to spray paint it orange or something like that. Not the mesh, but we have like a metal mesh that we might be able to do. But to be honest with you, I thought it turned out pretty neat. I thought it looked pretty cool. And the way that we actually cut it is we cut the plastic out in a square. That way we actually have an area to cut. So we take out that nice big square area, boom, and then we do some uh, the nice hex patterns and whatnot. And then we also, again, you do it in lines, or we do it in the scattered lines, or the airflow design. But that's pretty much what it looks like. I thought it turned out pretty cool. The case is all RGB. It looks cool, when you actually turn it on and whatnot. But a lot cleaner, a lot better. Doesn't look like garbage. Cable management was about a million times easier to work with. So I thought it turned out pretty good, and I also was able to put a fatter radiator in the front with 140 mil fans throughout the whole thing. So I don't know, just some food for thought when you're picking out cases. Budget might not necessarily always be your friend, and if you have some money to save on a case, this is definitely one to consider. I mean, it's huge. It's Phillips head screwdriver and everything comes apart. You don't need some crazy hex things or anything like that in order to get it apart, but definitely turned out okay, I thought. So, That is the top and front cover. Let me just check chat here again. I can get you some, but it'll be nylon mesh. I mean, nylon mesh might look cool too. I just want it to match that orange though. That's kind of what I was kind of worried about, is that you got this like weird, it's like a matte orange, but I think it would look pretty cool. I don't know. Something that's just a little bit different, right? So, let's see what else we got here. Oh, hey Maven, thanks for joining. Sorry I didn't see you earlier. What about pinstriping a design into the front in orange and then all the hexes are outlined in orange? Wait, what about pinstriping a design into the front in orange and then the hexes are outlined in orange? I mean, yeah, that'd be dope, but I don't necessarily think I have enough time to do that for 8 years. But I think that would look pretty sweet. Bennett, you know what you can do? You can send me one of those, and I will cut it out for you and send it back, and then you can do all the orange work you want to it, because I think that'd look pretty sweet. I think it looks sweet. Um, Yes, we tap and tested the tape with the multimeter and it wasn't conductive. The honeycomb hex pattern looks great on that case. Thank you. I appreciate that. If you have worked in that case, you can actually see there are actual hex patterns throughout the entire thing. So like the back where the fan mounts and where the power supply shroud is and that type of thing. If you remove the actual black pieces, there are hex patterns. So it does kind of match pretty well with it. So thank you. I appreciate it. Yes, I worked on screen printing plays. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, it is 14.5 inches long by 6 inches wide. 6.5? 6.5, and then we can cut it. Whatever. But about 6 inches wide. So, the other thing that you end up coming across when you're doing modding and you're doing PCs and building stuff is that everybody and their mom has a different way of putting on thermal paste. I don't know if you guys have seen this video, but PC Master Race posted it. It is a video on how the various ways of applying thermal paste actually expands and turns out. I thought this was a great video considering we always have a debate about it. That's the method I use. Always full coverage. Best method is an X. I couldn't agree with you more. However, a lot of people, do it themselves and put dots and put lines or whatever. X does seem to be one of the best methods. That also is another good method, applying it yourself and making sure that it's on there evenly or as even as you can possibly get it. Totally agree. I think the 5 dot is a little excessive because you get it to run off the edges. However, the X is one of the best methods that is out there. Again, I wanted to show that just to show that it does work, and it is very important to make sure that you get a nice even coat across the entire thing. And obviously he's been doing that a whole bunch of different times. By the end of this video, you can just see it starting to gunk up on the sides, but yeah, definitely one of the cooler videos that we saw on the internet just this afternoon. Another cool thing that I ended up seeing was that on Real Hardware Reviews, they did a review about the 280 hertz monitor that came out by Asus, tough gaming monitor. That is an incredible write up and food for thought when it comes. So that's kind of funny. You got 280 hertz madness, and then right underneath it, here's an ad for the Raptor 27-inch. Anyways, this write up is actually pretty cool. It's neat that you can do 280 hertz. Now, obviously, this monitor is going to be extremely expensive, at least when you start off. But it is only 1080 so far, which don't get me wrong, I love 1080. That's what I still play on. 1080 at 144 is perfect. That's great. But I would like to see 280 at 2K to see what that actually looks like. However, very good write-up by our friends over at Real Hardware Reviews. Give them a gander and take a look at what they got. They've got all sorts of reviews, hardware reviews, product reviews, gaming reviews, all-in-one coolers, all sorts of stuff on here. So definitely check that out. Speaking of motherboards and hardware and monitors, the Asus Republic of Gamers 1080p 144 hertz is actually below 300 bucks, which actually isn't too bad. The curved 27-inch Strix gaming monitor that has the RGB. Oh my goodness, the RGBs on the background. um, which is whatever. But it is a actual curved 27-inch 144 hertz 1080p monitor for under 300 bucks, which isn't too bad. The other thing that I saw was that they do have a 32-inch 2K 144 hertz, which isn't terrible either. I'm a fan of 2K. I don't think they've really perfected 4K yet. It needs quite a bit of horsepower in order to actually make that happen. So that's not a bad price. Under 500 bucks for again almost 32-inch curved 2K 144 hertz monitor. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Let's see. Check the chat again because again I have ADD and it's terrible. Jay's 2 cents did a good video that showed how method spreading can do air pockets. Yes, he did. I do remember that. Hey, German. Appreciate you joining. Appreciate it. That's awesome. Dude, I'm not gonna mess around with the badass. Yeah, no, 3770K. I mean, nothing wrong with that, but what are you gonna do? I need a secretary. Yeah, no kidding. I trust me. As soon as we can afford it, we probably won't get one, but it's wishful thinking, right? The other cool deal that I did see on Newegg, they have their daily deals and stuff like that. 1 terabyte hard drive, the 660p M.2 from Intel. Not a bad deal for 125 bucks. That's not bad. But the cool thing is that this G.Skill RGB memory is actually like 32 gigs at 3600 megahertz is not a bad deal for under 200 bucks. Memory has been kind of going on this crazy wave of how much money, well, honestly, how deep are your pockets when it comes to how much memory you need and how much memory you have. But for sub $200 for 32 gigs is relatively hard to find. That is a pretty awesome deal. Yes, Travis from Shellback Tech actually was featured on Newegg for his last build that you guys saw on Tuesday, the white one that had the crazy red in it and everything like that. Again, congrats, dude. That's awesome. The other thing is that on Newegg they can kind of give you a little preview about what's coming up and what are the new deals and stuff like that. The XPG S460 or sorry S40G RGB M.2s are freaking gorgeous. They are beautiful. And if you are looking for a new fancy looking RGB flashy M.2, that is definitely one to consider. We actually picked up 2 for our stereo build that we're doing. But it's definitely something to take into consideration. They also have the S60G RGB RAM, which is really cool too. That really awesome stuff. So make sure that you take a look at that. That is probably going to be at a reasonable price too. It's not terribly expensive. But XPG was really nice to help us out with some of their hardware for that. Oh hey, John, I was just talking about you. Real hardware reviews. You guys did the review on the 280 hertz monitor. That's pretty cool. Thanks again for joining us today. I appreciate it. Travis, take it easy. Have a good dinner. I'm kind of jealous. I'm a little hungry myself, but I'm gonna go enjoy some crates later tonight. So have a good evening. Teffin is doing what he's doing, reaching out to Shellback. Yeah, make sure you talk to Travis. He knows what he's doing. Another cool thing that I found was a game that's actually free. It's kind of like Hearthstone. If you guys are into card games or anything like that, Magic now has a game that is a free-to-play card game. So you actually have cards, and again, it's very similar to Hearthstone. I am a huge Hearthstone fan. Been playing for a long time. But it's again, it's like Magic. If you've ever played Magic and you have tons of cards and different decks, and like to do different type of things, this is definitely something to do when you have some free time. I mean, there's some really cool games that are sorry, game types and different battles and different decks and all sorts of stuff. Yeah, MTG is awesome. Magic the Gathering, the arena is what they have it. So again, free to play. You can just download it. You get all sorts of stuff. They have a nice little tutorial to show you and walk you through that, and it's pretty cool. So, ModMyMods is a player, so make sure if you guys are on there, add us, and I will probably ignore your friend request for like a couple weeks because I almost never play. But then I will add you at one point in time, and just remind me. Everybody needs a poke now and then. So. Last but not least, on ModMyMods.com, we are still doing our BOGO offer for the water, Mod Water. Again, we are making the Mod Water clear next week. We will have a bunch more back in stock. But if you use promo code Coolant, hey, it's ModMyMods News Update. If you use promo code Coolant at the checkout, you'll actually get one for free. And the way that it works is if you have two in your cart, you'll actually get one completely for free. Now, obviously, when you first check out or you first put it in the cart, it'll say 18 bucks or whatever, and then you apply the promo code. It will take that $9 off, and bam, you're good to go. A lot of people don't necessarily get that part. They're like, oh, well, I put the promo code in, and it's not working. Well, you gotta have two. Gotta at least have two. So. Not bad, but we also are working on doing the custom services again, like I said, with the Be Quiet cases, and that will be coming out soon, and you'll be able to order that as well. So, again, the Mod Water is on sale right now. We are out of the clear. We are working on it. I wish you... All right, let me check the chat because I just saw something. Magic has its own launcher as well as being free in Epic Launcher. I will avoid Epic Launcher like the plague. Oh, hey, we're already avoiding a plague, so we'll just get it off my PC. And I wish you had pink coolant. Well, Maven, if you absolutely really want pink coolant, that is something we can do for you. We actually will make you whatever color you want. It has to be custom, obviously, and depending on what dyes are needed and that type of thing, it will cost maybe $1 more or something like that. However, we can definitely make you custom colored fluid. It will be obviously the base price plus a couple, either 50 cents, a couple dollars, whatever the heck it actually is. But send us an email to support@modmymods.com, and we can definitely make you up some custom colored fluid. Zach actually has some purple, yeah, purple colored fluid that we sent him. Who else did we send fluid to? That was a custom color. We did a couple different colors. I think we did like a light blue, like lighter than this. Actually, the fluid that's in the Ice Kreislauf is pink. It's like a pinkish purple. It's a purple. Yeah, purple. Something like that. Yeah, that's right. Jonathan is actually getting some custom orange colored fluid. And that's actually the one thing that I'm trying to figure out is what color fluid do I want to put in the Be Quiet case, because through that mesh and everything like that, you'll actually see the fluid kind of flowing through. And to give it a little bit brighter gold or a more vibrant gold, I was thinking maybe an orange, like a UV orange or something like that. But again, something we can do. We can definitely make you custom fluid, and we'll be definitely making more of the clear next week, and hopefully have that in stock for you by the middle to the end of next week. No problem. So. Hopefully you guys had some fun today. Hopefully my voice didn't sound terrible. Hopefully the RTX voice actually worked and made it sound a little bit better. Other than that, that is all I have for the news today. It is a lovely Friday, and it is actually kind of warm out. So enjoy the sun if you have it. If you don't, I'm sorry. It might come out tomorrow. You can bet your bottom dollar. Maybe not, probably not. But hey, good luck to you guys. Have a safe and wonderful weekend. Make sure you wear your mask, wash your hands, and we will catch up with you next time.